Okay, guys, so welcome to another week, and it's the Enigma Strategy webinar with myself, Henry. I hope everybody is doing fantastically well, and we are going to be going over all the major pairs, and going to be sharing some trade ideas that I'm looking at with you guys. Just to clarify, can everybody see my screen? Can everybody hear me? Just before we begin in a minute, just let me know if you can hear me, guys. Oh, if you've got a question as well, please do ask away. We'll try and answer all your questions as best I can. Okay, so I think we will start with the pound, because the pound has been particularly, it's just been selling off again. So let's get cracking on the pound. Really interesting developments. This is our silver trade. We'll come back to this in a minute. So pound. Okay, so let's just start from a macro perspective. Daily, here we are on the daily. As you can see, as we saw last week, I think last week we were looking at this correction here still to be made, and I was actually forecasting a bit of a higher move up, at least to 125.74, because as I said before in Elliott wave theory, really the end of, we called this complete, and we were wanting a bounce up to 125, the top of the wave 4. We didn't get that. Instead, we got more selling off. Quite remarkable, really. We have broken the lows of the flash crash at Brexit, and we're at a situation now where if we do come out with a no deal, and I'm pretty sure we're going to come out with a no deal, because Boris Johnson he seems quite confident that a no deal will be better for us. If that does happen, I can see this now just sliding further away. In terms of the wave count, just go back to a daily for everybody just to show you. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, there is a potential this is a very shallow wave 2 of the larger degree, but it is a zigzag. As you can see, it is an ABC, so it does give me some weight that actually this is wave 2, and now we are making the long death on the wave 3 down to the top of my purple box here, at least to 110. So that's very much on the cards now. We've actually broken this low, so it means that we are going to be going much lower. This was major support. The fact that we've broken it just says to me that the pound is going to die. Now, as long as we're on the right side, it doesn't particularly matter for us. Let's just have a look on the 4 hour. Okay, so as you can see, guys, very, very impulsive move to the downside. No doubt about it. That is a 1, 2, 3. This could be a 4, 5 on the smaller wave degree. Yes, no questions. Again, guys, if you do have any questions, please do ask. So let's just go down to this in the 1 hour, and we might be able to come up with some entries on this. So here we are. We fell away from, we topped out at 123. And we've got a very nice impulsive move down. I'm just going to label this for everybody here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just need to have a quick look at this here. You can see we had this spike up here. Now I'm looking for a way forward. Would obviously be a complex correction. It'd be something like a flat correction. We've not actually had that, so we could have something like this. Clearly, we've retested the 128.4. So I'm going to call this complete as a wave 3. Now, if we are looking at a, it's very, very typical for a wave 4, pardon me, to be a flat. So it will be something like this. A, B, C. And then we move down to finish our 5 waves in the lower degree. So this will be wave 1 of lower degree. This will be wave 1 of 3. Okay, so wave 5 of 1 of 3. And we can forecast where wave 5 will finish. So look to, so we can use our Fibonacci extension. Okay, so our wave 5, I'm going to forecast we'll finish at the 0.618, which is a very typical place for a wave 5 to finish. And let's just put that down there here. So we will be expecting a bounce here, up, and then to resume down. Now I'm just looking here because there is a potential for a short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like this is going to be a flat correction, so we could be ranging for a couple of days here before we make our move down. Now, in terms of our ultimate target, it is going to be a 110. So I think the aim for us guys is going to be to find an entry in the next couple of days to short this for the next month or so, while we wait to reach our target of 110. So we definitely don't like buying the pound. We're only going to be interested in selling the pound down to our target of 110. Does anyone have any questions about the pound at all? Any questions about the pound, guys? Quite simple, really. We just need to wait for wave 4 to see what kind of pattern we get, and then we short it down. And we won't be taking profit at wave 5. We will just hold this all the way down here for our 300 or 400 pips. Okay, so Francesco, we're not going to be. We need to wait to see what kind of pattern we get on this wave 4 before we can start selling. Okay, so we don't want to be selling this right now. Okay, so we need to hold back because we need to see really what we get. So let me just explain to you what kind of pattern I'm looking for here. So this is a really interesting pattern. This is clearly a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be our A leg. So this would be our A leg. And B, C. So when we have a correction, like a wave 4, typically it will be a flat correction. And in any kind of corrective move, we always have an A, a B, and a C, and our A leg is always made up of 5 waves. Now, I know this is a very impulsive corrective move because clearly we've got this huge impulsive motive move here. And because we are going to the downside, this tells me that this is a corrective move and that this is not complete. That this is not finished yet. We're going to see some more upside, at least eclipsing 121, followed by a move down, followed by a move up, and this is the area, Francesco, we want to get into here, okay? Because if we sell here, it might break the low. We sell, it's going to come right back up, and we're going to be trapped in a short position, and we want to get the best possible entry here. So this is not complete yet, but we will definitely be shorting it. Also, guys, I'm going to be putting this trade up on the Enigma newbie group, and I'll put some updates for you guys as well. It's also worth mentioning that you'd be really helpful if you want to see the ideas that I'm putting out for the Enigma. Go onto the Enigma strategy trading view page, and there's some really interesting ideas, more than I can cover in the webinar. So please do take a look. If you have a question about it, just ping me a message, and I'll get back to you as quick as possible. Okay, so it was the stop loss, and so okay, Luca. Let's just have a look. So this, providing we get a nice flat correction, let me just put it in for you. Okay, so this is going to be our flat correction. This is the structure we're looking for. This will take at least until Thursday. Our stop loss is going to be above the last major resistance. So sell wave 4. Our stop loss will be here. So our stop loss is going to be above 120.137. And our take profit is going to be 110. Okay. Now we're doing that for a couple of reasons. I'm just going to explain why. So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4. We will finish at 5 here, and we will have a bounce. Now the bounce, typically, as Elliott wave theory suggests, will meet the top of wave 4. So we really want to be above top of wave 4, just in case we do have a strong move to the upside here before we carry on down. So let's just go into this. So we will be looking for a wave 1. Let's just change this up to minor. So you can see this is the pattern that we're going to be seeing over the next 4 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we can forecast where wave 3 will finish. It's usually the 1.618 of the Fibonacci extension between wave 1 and 2. So I'm nearly on the button here. Our wave 3 will finish at 112.461. Okay, now there could be an opportunity here to actually take profits here if people were a little bit impatient, because this will be the strongest and most powerful wave, and typically this will be the best place to really take profits. But I like taking the full cycle, which is holding out for the wave 4 and potentially adding to your sales here and then offloading just before we reach the purple box here, perhaps 110.24. Okay, so this trade is very much setting up for us. We just need to be a bit patient as we go. Okay, so we can't be selling it now, guys. We do need to wait at least for this flat correction to complete, and then we sell the wave 3 down. And just a little tip here, guys, always best to sell wave 3 down, because that is the quickest wave. That's the much quickest wave that we can get into. Okay, so please can you repeat the link to get this? I don't know what you mean, Luca. Please can you repeat the link to get the strategy? Do you mean the trading view? While you're writing that, I'll just go back to another pair. So everybody happy with the pound setup so far? Everyone happy with the pound setup? Okay, the link. Okay, Luca, if you could just reply to this email. It's henry@ktafx.com. I will send you a link to Enigma Strategy, the newbie group where I put my trades. Right, everyone happy with this setup so far, guys? Fantastic. Okay, so really nice here. Going to move on now to silver, because that is very much on my mind at the moment. Okay, here's silver. Let's go to the 4 hour. Now, this is actually starting to sell off quite nicely. Going to get rid of all this, and we're going to go straight to daily. Now, massively oversold here. There's a harmonic pattern here that I can see as well, but this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there is significant upside left on silver. Okay, so we need to dump our position and get straight back in to the upside. Okay, so let's just chart this up. We're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside, and you can see we are highly extended on the third wave. Typically, a wave 3, as I keep saying, will be a 1.618. If it's not a 1.618, a wave 3 will stretch to a 2.16. And there's only a few times I've been trading 8 years that I've seen it at 3.618, which is a highly extended third wave. It looks like we've hit some pretty hard resistance here. Let's just get the RSI up. The RSI is maxed. Flat divergence. Okay. So if we look here to here, we are very flat here, massively oversold. What we really need to kill this off once and for all is a break of the RSI trend line, which we don't have. This is a daily. A break here. Okay, that will give me much more confidence in this. Let's get down into this in a bit more depth though. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the wave 4, using a fib retracement top. If I'm saying this is the top, now very often, typically 70% of the time, a wave 4 will come down to the 0.382 and the 0.236 of the full extension. That's this zone, guys. Okay, that's this area. So ideally, this is where we're looking for price to retrace to. Anywhere back here, it should do for the bounce. And then for the final 5th wave up, which will take us beyond because we've had an extended 3rd wave, the 5th wave cannot be extended. Okay, so what we can't have is we can't have something like this. We just can't have it. The theory doesn't allow this to happen. The theory's always right in my mind. This is a hyperextended 3rd wave. This cannot happen. You cannot have. Elliott wave theory says you cannot have 2 extended waves. Okay, so the 5th wave will be a shorter wave. It will probably top out around about 20. Okay, here. Let's go to the weekly. Now, you can see here, it looks like we're going to be eventually testing the 21s, the all-time highs. But let's just go down to the hour. Okay, here we are at the hour. We're saying this is the top, or I'm saying this is the top for the moment. This is a really horrible structure. This is a wave 4. Now, wave 4s are always, most of the time, complex corrective moves. When I say that, they won't be zigzags. Oh, sorry, guys. They won't be zigzags. They will take time to complete, which means this could be playing out for the next at least 2 to 3 weeks. Just trying to find some questions about silver at all. I'm new in the group. How can I buy or sell silver? I'm just using MetaTrader 4. Okay, so at the moment, Francisco, you've missed the entry for it. Although there's an opportunity, I would say to you, if you wanted to come in on this now, that you can do. Should we break this low? If we break this low, which is 18.3, 18.13.2, you can take this short. Target first TP 17,610. Here, don't forget this is the 0.236 of the fib. This is our 2P2, and this is the it was the 618, was it? I think it was 16,890. Now, guys, depending on how strong, obviously silver and gold are incredibly bullish right now. So there's every chance that we will just hit TP1 and it will just ricochet off and move higher. But it does need to, it seems as if price does need to make a move to the downside. This structure is horribly corrective. It tells me that we should be seeing much more downside. For instance, if we look at that, if we look at all these moves, we can see long buyers bars here. This is very motive wave, looks like very, very impulsive. And then we get this very truncated, messy, overlapping structure. This tells me straight away this is a corrective move. Again, this will be a flat correction, but a complex flat correction. And I think I put on the group something like this. We've got an A, B, C. And then we'll have another A, B, C, A, B, C, of a larger degree. Here, okay. And then we could even have another ABC here on the another larger degree. So A, B, C. Okay, so it's a very, very complex structure, and this can take some serious time to come out and reach completion. Saying that, still very confident that silver will fall, and we should see, when the Americans come on this afternoon, some significant downside. We've got the NFP coming up on Friday, so I'm expecting some good employment figures to come out, and this silver and gold should push quickly downwards and allow the S&P and US indices to rally. Any questions? Any questions, guys, about silver? Any questions about silver? Everyone happy so far with the pace? So we're still in this, Francesca. If you want to short, you short from here, and we take profit here and here. Stops above the last high here, 18,589. Okay. Gold. Here's gold, guys. Now, really interesting patterns here. You can see I've drawn some triangles, some pennants. We've broken out of this triangle. Looks like we're moving to the upside on gold, and if we do that, silver generally follows, but we'll have to see. If we don't look at it as triangles, I do a lot of box trading. Show you what I mean, guys. I'm not looking at anything on this at the moment. I was looking at short last week. So we've got a range here. Got a trading range. Got another range here. And we've got our third trading range here. Okay, so we've got 3 trading ranges. Okay. Let's move that a bit lower. So we've roughly got 3 trading ranges. I'd like to see a move down here, at the very least, back down to 14.91. But we are, again, very, very corrective. You can see we are caught in this corrective move. I still haven't labeled it properly because I'm still waiting to see what kind of pattern we get on the daily. This is what I've got on the daily. Again, we've got an extended third wave. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. So on the daily, guys, you know, gold really does need to correct lower down around about the bottom top of wave 4 in this zone here. Very similar to gold. Very, very similar to gold. Somewhere around here. It does need to correct down to 1450 before moving higher again to 1600 an ounce. Okay, so very similar, but it's a really difficult one to tell because we have indices that are so weak at the moment. We've got the S&P and NASDAQ, which are caught in a daily range. And that gives obviously gold and silver a lot of bullish sentiment. So we need those two indices to rally to allow us to come back for wave 4 and then to finish our wave 5. Against the trade I'll be getting into as a buy only on if we do see a nice push down lower. Let's go to the wave 4L chart here. So I am looking to see a move down, at the very least to 16.50 on gold, but there's nothing really setting up for me on this right now. I need to be patient. We all need to be patient on this one. Any questions about gold, guys? Any questions about gold at all? Okay. Right, next we are going to be going to the euro. Okay, here's the euro selling off massively. Every week I seem to put out a chart, and every week it just dumbfounds me. We are at a situation here. We are highly oversold. Right, okay, long term. Here, long term, 105. 105. We have slipped back into this trading zone here. You can see. Let me just take all this mess out. Very simple, guys. This is the range. And you can see we are well within the range now. Price. This is the, you can actually see this is value. So value is the middle, which is the center of the trading range. We just move this up here. Now, there's very likely that we are going to come to the bottom of value here. You don't even need to know about Elliott wave theory to kind of see that price will probably find its way back down here to major support and test major support. Okay, here's resistance. Okay, so there's every likelihood now that we will see this move lower, at the very least down here. There's not much really to say about it, guys. You can see we've come off this, clearly rejected this high here. We've had another rejection here. And this now looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C here. So clearly we've got a big 3-wave move. We're looking for equal legs. We are very close here to equal legs. So if you listened to me last week, I was talking about corrections and A's and B's and C's. A, B's and C's always going to be, so a C leg and an A leg are very often the same length. So there's your length of your A. I would expect my C, there you go, on the button to be exactly the same length. So let's go into this now. And it kind of makes sense to me if we do an Elliott wave count on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. Okay, and that will be the end of the cycle. We will then see. I don't think there's an opportunity, by the way, just to unless we see what I'm looking for would be a bounce. So there is going to be a bounce on the euro. Quite significant. I would just see if I can show you guys what I mean. So this will be the cycle complete, and we will correct this sequence here. We will correct this by around 50% here. Okay, there is going to be a larger bounce. There should be up to here in blue. Okay, obviously again well within our trading range, guys. Okay, so we're going to see a bounce up to here, and then the downtrend will resume. Okay, the downtrend will resume back to test the low. So this is another trade setting up for us, guys. Okay, but it's just not ready yet. We just need to be really patient with this. Okay, and this will be what's called a double correction or a WXY. W, X, Y. Okay, so when we get our 5-wave move down, we're looking for a 3-wave bounce, and then we sell. Any questions about euro? Euro. Any questions about the euro? It's not looking good, to be honest, but it is for us when we can short it. Any questions, guys? Just need to be patient. I mean, as we go on through the next couple of weeks, the markets are going to unwind. We've just had the summer holidays, so I'm expecting us to really get into some nice trends. But let me have a look on the hour. Let's see if there is a potential short here. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks like a running flat correction, and we should now. This looks like the end of. This actually looks like the end of wave 5 on this smaller degree. So flat down to here. Let's just change the here. So we now should rally to here. And we'll just look for some divergence, and we've got nice divergence here, which tells me this is a wave 4 to 5. So now this is a rally to the top of wave 4. Remember, we finish the cycle, we usually rally to the top of the last wave 4 on the smaller degree, the smaller cycle. So there is actually a potential here, guys, to come in short. If we get the bounce here, we could take this for an intraday trade down to wave 5, and let me just get the calculation of 5. So use our fib, retracement, seconds, top of 2 to the bottom of 3 to the top of 4, and there we go. That's exactly spot on. Okay, so we are looking for a level of around 108 for that first. If you wanted to take this here, okay, but we need to see that bounce first, guys. Okay. Yeah, there's some really nice things setting up actually, but again, we do need to be patient, and these things we do need to see the right patterns play out before we can enter these positions, because we don't want to be buying the euro, because this could just fall again. We want to get that nice 3-wave move, a nice flat correction or some kind of complex correction, and then short down, and that's a nice 150 pips down there. Okay. Any questions about the euro, guys? There is some really good stuff actually. It's it's really nice stuff. Before I move over to any questions about the euro, guys? Oh, any questions? Any questions about the euro? Okay, I will move on to yen. Yen is probably the most difficult, the difficult one to do at the moment. It's in a really, really tricky situation in terms of the counts. Okay, guys, here is USD JPY. Right, so I've had to recount this several times. You can see here in a range. If it's in a range like this, it means we are in a correction. Okay, clearly this is in a correction. We don't usually want to be trading corrections of this kind of type, because they are very difficult. And they're difficult because we have to try and get an accurate count, and that is not always easy to do. It's not always easy. Let's just go to the daily. Here's the daily, guys. So we just broke the low made back in December 18, but then we had a strong rally to the upsides, and we seem to be caught in this little range here. We were in a triangle. Put that in, put the triangle in. So you can see we've got a triangle formation that we seem to be coiling up to. At the minute, guys, this is what I'm working with. We really do need to break. We need to break out of this high, this range here. We are trapped under resistance at 106.65, and price does need to rally higher if this count is correct, which would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But there is nothing on with the USD JPY right now. Yen is very strong because gold is strong, and when gold is strong, people are putting a lot of money into the yen. It's classified as a classic safe haven. So this is why all yen pairs are struggling to rally. It's trying to rally against the tide right now. So any yen pair will be caught in a range like this until gold either turns to the downside or we have significant upside in the dollar. There's not really much to say about the yen. Not recommending anybody to trade this right now unless we have a clear break of 107.34, and that would allow us then to potentially go long on this for the long term. Okay, but you can see we've got quite a few obstacles in our way. We've got significant resistance here. We've got significant resistance here because we have got very strong range here. This tells me this is a very hard area to get through, so potentially go through there. We can start challenging the highs, but right now I'm not suggesting we just wait again on this. Okay, any questions, guys, about the USD JPY? Any questions? Okay, guys, well, that's it from me. That's just a basic roundup of what we're looking at. We've got some interesting trades going on from pound and euro USD, so I'm looking forward to that. I will put those up on the Enigma newbie group. We've also got silver that we're looking at. I'll be monitoring that as the week goes on. I will be back on Friday for another sort of roundup, really, of what's happened, where we're at on our trades, and such like. Tonight is tomorrow, sorry, it's the midweek market report. So I will just do a quick review on the markets and put that in a document. That will go up to the newbie group, all the groups. If you have any questions regarding these trades, any trades at all, let me know, henry@enigmastrategy.com. And I will get back to you as quickly as possible. Okay, guys, well, that's it from me, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Cheers, guys.